He's coming off an incredible effort with over 200 yards rushing a week ago. It's the Bulls and the Vikings under the lights on Thursday night.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. But tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Bulls of Oakland taking on the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game. You just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 64 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Up the middle they go. Crosby. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Addison holds it in. Escapes the defender. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Vikings! Jordan Addison, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So out comes this. Over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Back to throw here. That's It's caught by Jackson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On second down, Davis. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 11 yards there, first down. They'll set up a throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it fourth down. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Crosby, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Complete to Johnston here. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. As they've got it as we resume action. On second down now. Crosby, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Tua sets up to pass it. And incomplete on the deep ball. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson to return. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. You don't see that too often, Charles. Hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit. How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They go again with Davis. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put,
touchdown! A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bulls are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Just a 4-play drive that time. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Go ahead.
Now Tua. This is caught by Addison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Looking to pass. Tua over the middle and complete to Moore. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
they kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago. Add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Pulled in at the 24. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Go ahead. Ready to stay here.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Here's Tua. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dio Odengbo. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So, well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Jackson now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Jordan Addison in the offense out for another drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. But they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A first down carry for Davis. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
That is caught. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Davis. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Davis again, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bulls have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Jordan Addison back out now as the Vikings offense set to take possession.
He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trip to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The Vikings send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Here's Jackson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And a quick throw here that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off effective gain nonetheless.
He's going to look deep down the field. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 56 yards. And the Bulls have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle and complete to Addison. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll try the left side. Crosby. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And that's incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. On the return, Jackson. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Now Davis. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. The slot man in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Crosby, and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third manageable with that run.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He targets Ingram for another grab. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Davis will try to run for it. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's third down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Cushion, but now kick the field goal, get the lead, let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down 24-21, a minute 11 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Now Tua. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. He gets it to Johnston.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing Tua.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Here's Tua.
Now a give, right side. Crosby. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left. And a field goal would send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
They'll run on first down. Crosby. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
The Vikings send out their punter on for a very important punt here in overtime. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They begin with a run by Davis. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15.
109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Again, it's Davis. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes his legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through. Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it.
Now here's Davis to run again on 2nd.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in